Husband won't get up in the mornings. This is the second time in a row this week that I've come home from work only to find my husband still home sleeping when he should have been at work. We both work full-time, but my shift starts at 3 a.m. and ends at 11 a.m. while he goes in from 8 to 4. I call him every day around 7:30 to make sure he's awake because he almost always sleeps through his alarms, but now even that doesn't work. I'll call him, wake him up, and once he hangs up he just goes right back to sleep. It's infuriating given the fact I'm 9 months pregnant. I'm tired and in pain all the time, and I'm a full-time college student, yet I manage to get up at 2 a.m. running on 3 to 4 hours of sleep and get to work on time every day. Meanwhile he can't manage to get out of bed even if I call him every morning to wake him up. I came home today and asked why he wasn't at work. He said they didn't need him today, which I knew was a lie. I just broke down into tears because of how frustrated I was. He just looked at me blank-faced and said it was no big deal if he's late and he didn't care either way. To be fair, he works for a small company that is fairly lenient on their attendance policy, but still, it looks bad to constantly be 2 to 3 hours late to work. I'm terrified he's going to get fired because even though I'm the breadwinner I cannot afford all our bills by myself. And even though I work full-time I still have online college courses and soon a baby to take care of. It crushes me when he tells me to fuck off and shut up when I give him flack about not going to work. I don't ask much of him. Just the bare minimum. Go to work on time. Now I'm not only scared he's going to lose his job but also that he's going to neglect his responsibilities as a father. Sorry for the rant, I'm just very stressed out. I'm sorry that you are going through this. It kind of sounds like he was already fired and is avoiding telling you. It could be something else, and it's best to talk about it with him or suggest he gets a job that is not so easy going. It crushes me when he tells me to fuck off and shut up when I give him flack about not going to work. Totally unacceptable to talk to your pregnant wife this way. Especially when her concern is you not going to work. Ask him what his plan is if he gets fired from his job. He swears at you, doesn't care about your feelings at all, doesn't want to work, and I guarantee to you he won't do a damn thing with that baby. You're about to be a married single mother, you need to have a serious chat that he either goes to therapy and gets his shit together or it's over, and stick to it. If not, this is your life and it will keep getting harder and worse and he won't give a shit. It crushes me when he tells me to fuck off and shut up when I give him flack about not going to work. How's it going to feel when he speaks to your child that way? How's it going to feel when he teaches your child to speak to you that way because daddy does it? Why are you with him? What does he bring to the relationship other than stress? It crushes me when he tells me to fuck off and shut up. This is shit that up with you should not put from anyone. You can tell him what I told all my kids. You don't have to respect me, but you'd better damn well act like you do. Less than now I'm not only scared he's going to lose his job but also that he's going to neglect his responsibilities as a father. He is eventually going to lose his job and he is also going to neglect his child. Now what? I hope you can find a safe way to get him out of the house. Maybe living on his own for a few weeks will kickstart something in him? I am sorry, but you seem to have become his mother. He is also treating you with disrespect, just like a teenager being told what to do. There are some very worrying areas that you describe with his behavior. I feel he is unlikely to step up to any responsibilities. Please be prepared for him not to step up. Was he like this before you were pregnant? He's not doing the bare minimum and he doesn't care if you are upset and stressed out while you are pregnant. He doesn't care. It is all on you. Now and will be forever. When I realized that I was doing it all myself, I stopped trying to drag a full-grown man into adulthood and responsibility. It was a load off of my shoulders and made living with my children so much easier. I suspect he will be surprised how rarely a baby will not need him today, at hours that are inconvenient for getting a full night's sleep, to top it off. Really wondering if he's still employed. I also doubt he's going to be much of a father if this is how irresponsible he behaves. The yelling and swearing at you add to his overall issues. You chose a terrible person to be a father, it appears. This is gonna be so bad when baby comes. Eyes. This man is not fit to be a father or a partner. Stop being his mommy. Stop calling him. Sit him down and talk to him in a non-confrontational way. No, you statements. You want to say, I love you very much and I worry that you are depressed. Sleeping all the time is a major symptom. What can I do to help you? See how that goes. Have an end game. Ask him to join you in couples counseling so you can communicate better, and hopefully get him diagnosed if it is depression, but I wouldn't lead with that. In a separate conversation, ask him how he would like to split the baby duties. How can you make sure you both get time to work and trade off watching the baby? Get this agreed on before the baby shows up. And get yourself to therapy regardless of his participation. You need a lot of support. Get in a position to be able to provide for your kid alone. Make a plan. He's irresponsible. If he loses his job acting like a moody teen, then I'd jump ship. Get rid of him and get a roommate instead. He's already been fired. Check his payslips. He needs to go to the doctor. I was going through something similar and I had to take blood tests and a sleep study. Turns out I needed like 12 hours of sleep per day, reverse circadian rhythm, and I need to sleep during the day at lunch. It was just absolutely terrible. I had trouble staying awake and waking up. I had to get a medical pass to utilize the new mom's room to sleep in. It was incredibly bad. Your husband was either fired already or he has a medical issue that could include depression. You need to push him to go to the doctor and get help. He lost that job, bud. Time for a finance life meeting. Sounds like you need to sit down with him and reshuffle the division of labor in your marriage and make sure you do so in a way that plans for a newborn. If you are having problems with him getting, just imagine what is going to happen when a baby enters the picture. There will be feeding and changings both day and night, and there is no way that you can keep up with that along with your current workload and making sure that your husband at least gets to work on time. Keep in mind too, recovery after labor is no joke. You probably won't be able to expect much from yourself for minimum 4 to 6 weeks. You need your husband to have your back. That has to start now. I am just a wise old gay guy. It sounds to me like he may be hoping you will support him for the rest of his sorry existence. I have been an enabler for others during my life, and eventually you have to wake up and face the facts. Right now, he refuses to go to work because someone else will support this decision. In my opinion, it is time for an ultimatum. Shape up or ship out. He was asking to be fired, so they fired him. Now he's asking for a divorce. Don't burn yourself trying to keep someone warm. He's being an asshole, but if your goal is to repair the relationship, then you might have to talk to him without trying to parent, and tell him to go to work. Does he hate his job? If so, is he looking for another one? Is he depressed? Is this how he is normally? Or is this a change? Does he do any chores around the house? Has he helped you at all when you're not feeling well from the pregnancy? Is this just about work, or is he like this in all facets of his life? There's no way he still has a job. Could he be doing drugs? My ex was doing the same thing, and it was because he would be coming down and sleep for hours. He ended up losing his job and family. So, unfortunately, if this is the case, run while you can. I should have left sooner, and now I'll be the one getting fucked and have to pay him even though his stupid choices left him jobless. Some people understand the importance of punctuality and attendance, and the rest bounce from job to job. You can't change him. I'm sorry for your situation. Best of luck. He shouldn't be talking to you that way. Period. I also agree with the people saying he already got fired. Yeah, if you plan on spending your life with someone, they have to be a partner, not a chore that yells insults. Not to sound so negative about your situation, but this sounds like a no-go on continuing a relationship. Even if he's scared and stressed, which I get, there are many different ways to handle those emotions. He chose to handle it by screwing up majorly while you were going through the same emotions like a champ, and still bringing home the bacon. It sounds like staying with him will actually be more difficult than just being a single mom. Does he realize how messed up and immature his behavior is? If he doesn't man up, he will definitely need to be on time to work to pay that child support. If you choose that route, he's definitely already been fired. Also, or leave him. He's weak and you need strength. You're about to have a baby. If you have any family that can take you in, I would do that. I seriously doubt he still has a job there. If he doesn't care about getting up, they won't keep him forever. Sounds like you're dealing with a baby already, except this one treats you like shit. You don't have to put up with someone like that. He's probably embarrassed that he got fired, especially in the midst of COVID with you pregnant. This is going to be a nightmare when the baby gets up 4 times a night. Maybe depressy. Can you leave him before the baby comes and move in with someone who will help with the baby? Because you cannot take care of a baby and an adult man too. Are you on the lease? When does it end? Talk to him because this sounds like depression. There is no easy way to bring it up, but look for other signs like insomnia, overeating, or in my case not eating enough. Almost anything he liked to do will be on the back burner. He could be hurt and trying not to show it. It could even be he hates his job, but you need to talk to him. Let him know that you love and support him, because at the end of the day you both need each other. It's just easier. This is not acceptable. He swears at you and constantly needs your reminders to actually deal with his responsibilities. At this point you're basically married to an overgrown child. And his reaction to you crying is to just blankly stare at you and continue to tell you it's no big deal. If that were me, I'd be apologizing left and right to my partner, not denying responsibility. Do you want your child to grow up thinking this is the acceptable way to treat one's partner? If he's this irresponsible now, what makes you think he's going to change when the baby gets here? He doesn't sound cut out to be a father. Sounds to me like he just doesn't care and he's not responsible enough. Leave him. The only person that's even more retarded than her boyfriend is the retard that decided to have a kid with him. LMFAO. Maybe he's depressed? Maybe he's depressed, has narcolepsy, or has been fired. I don't know how to help, but for the sake of your baby, sleep for at least 7 hours. Maternity leave can start earlier, that at 9 months. Your baby's health is hugely influenced by your behavior at these times, and losing sleep over money doesn't make sense when it could be bad for your baby. I think I would be suggesting that if he wants to act like a child, he can go home, stay with his mom and dad, where he can pretend to be 10 years older with no responsibilities. But if he is going to be a productive adult and dad, then he needs to pull his finger out. Are you sure he hasn't already been fired? When men abuse women, the first child is often the trigger for things to get bad. Just FYI. Your husband's a big-time loser, and I feel extremely bad that you not only married him but decided to have a kid with him. He's not suddenly going to become responsible when you have a kid. He'll be telling you to fuck off when you have the baby. It's not very healthy for him to be telling you to shut up and fuck off. It sounds like you are doing a lot and he isn't, and then he's being mean. Does he still have a job? My child's father did this since we were first together. I wish I had stopped putting up with it a lot sooner, because it never gets better. I thought the job hopping, oversleeping, etc. would get better when we had a child, but it actually got worse. Act now, op, especially if he's disrespecting you over this. If you think your patience is wearing thin now, wait until you have been nursing a baby up and down all night and he tells you to fuck off when you ask for a little bit of help cause you're exhausted. Mothers are a different breed, bro. They can do anything. My respect to mothers. I am wondering, why are you married to this person again?